it's Jen again. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a new episode of Granny Magic. I know, long awaited. I have been in the process of moving. I say that like the past 3 videos, but like for real, we finally got moved into the new apartment, as you can see. It's, you know, a crappy little small apartment, but it is nice to be in a healthier environment for my son. So yeah, we're really happy to be here. Actually, shameless plug right now, I'm going to link my PayPal in the description box below because my husband got sent home from work for 2 weeks for a coronavirus related symptom. It has been unpaid thus far, and we are 2 weeks behind on our rent, and if we don't pay $320 by next Friday, we'll be kicked out after we just moved in. So if you want to support this channel and support me not being homeless, PayPal. Okay, anyways, enough of that boring shit. Let's get into Granny Magic episode 5? 4? 5? Had a mini-sode. So I'll call it like official episode 4, yeah? Okay, so today I want to kind of talk about down-home witch doctors or faith healers, or as it is generally called in the region, peasant medicine. Appalachian Folk Magic focuses mostly and most predominantly on healing. It is the #1 thing. Every generation of family or in a region, there will be that one person that is truly like gifted with faith healing abilities, and that's the, you know, the granny witch of the area. There's just so much to cover when it comes to the healing aspect of Appalachian folk magic and mountain magic. It's that there's a lot to cover, so let's just kind of get into, what do I want to start with first? I'm so unprepared. Hotness alert. Let's kind of talk about different herbs that can be used, and how they're used, and kind of the melding of traditions. When we came as Europeans, Scots-Irish, Welsh, as we came to the Appalachian Mountains and we met with native tribes, the Cherokee, the Hopi, even the Osage, we were taught great medicine from them. We brought our superstition and our faith healing, and then they brought us their herbs of the land and taught us medicine in a different way. And it really combined into this beautiful, amazing, very effective, simple form of the folk magic that we know today that is dying today. So let's just kind of get into it. Let's talk about some herbs that are really, really, you know, you wouldn't think. Catnip's not like that. You can use catnip for a lot of stuff. But anyways, let's get it. Now, herbs, or what they're commonly called in the vernacular of the Appalachian Mountains, yarbs. That's kind of the slangy term. It's, you know, just the, if I were able to authentically suck my accent back into my body, I would be able to express to you better. But I haven't had a glass of wine yet today, and my lips are not that loose. But yeah, let's get started with some herbs. Some little herbs and tinctures. Tinctures? Listen, I have read that word so many times and not ever heard it spoken aloud by anyone that didn't have a very thick accent. So I'm not sure if you say tinctures or tinctures. The point is, I sound like an idiot right now. Anyways, let's start off. Elderberry and alcohol. Combining elderberry and alcohol is a very good cold medicine. Vervain is like supercharging for your spells. Vervain is amazing for that. It's really like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying. It supercharges your spells. It's very, very good for that. It's like, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something. Anyways, if you put a mugwort leaf in your pillow, it is good for bringing lucid dreams, ridding yourself of nightmares, things like that. Lots of like dream work. So, boo. Bloodroot gets rid of warts and moles. Catnip prevents hives in infants and is good for catnip tea, which is very good for the croup or very bad coughs in infants. Catnip tea. I just realized the exposure I had the whole first part of that video is just like ridiculous. I look horrible, so I'm sorry for that. But anyways, let's keep going. There's also an herb called miner's lettuce, which is very good in aiding in protection and love, but specifically protection for coal miners, which was a big issue back in the Disney day. So to put into like, say you got your dirty dish rag, you wrap that up around your miner's lettuce and an iron nail, tie that bad boy up, and there you've got your little protection charm for mining type situations, or really any situation in which you feel like things are going to crumble down on you or you can't breathe, such as a panic attack. It's good for all that. So those are some of the fun little herbs. And so herbs really correspond not only magically, but also like medically. That is what we learned from the Native American tribes. It taught us these are the herbs of the land. This is what's good for this and this. And it was well proven over time and years to be medicinally effective. So it is not just faith healing. It is also, using herbs to heal. And it isn't all just magical correspondence. It's also very like medical correspondence as well. Now, as I've said a million times before, superstition is really the lifeblood of folk magic in general. So we brought all of this superstition, and the Native Americans gave us all of the medicinal knowledge of the herbs here in this land. Anyways, so superstition is the fuel behind folk magic, but also really just like deep-rooted, actual, tried and true methods for healing. So let's kind of get into different ways of healing, different rituals, different kinds of things that you can do for healing. Rags. Rags are of the most integral importance in this culture and this magic. Rags are very, very versatile. They are used for everything from healing to love to protection to money to everything. You know what I mean? They're just everything. So, rags can be used to curse enemies, provide healing, conjure up a rainstorm, catch the morning dew to be used in either love or healing work. And they are also used to collect stump water or spunk water to be used for healing and other purposes. Now, this would normally be a washcloth or a kitchen towel that has been used over and over and over again. Not only used like in your kitchen as your dish rag, but also used over and over again in rituals. Because unlike the whole of the magical community, in folk magic, cleansing is not of the utmost importance. You actually want things to maintain the energy of the things that they've done before rather than clearing out that energy. You're letting it build and build and build and build, and like the more that you use it and the more people you use it on, the more that it is utilized in magic, the more powerful it becomes. So you would typically use like a rag or a piece of cloth or flannel or whatever from your kitchen, and it gets stronger and stronger with each use. So you're not going to cleanse it, you're not going to clean it, you're going to use it dirty, filthy, magically, just like dripping with magic of past rituals. So handkerchiefs and flannel are the most common types of fabric used in these particular rags, and that's kind of because flannel brings you good luck. That's just a thing in mountain magic and to hillbillies, is flannel brings good luck. Hello. It's also really good for charm bags, especially a dirty dish rag is very good for charm bags, like the miner's protection that I was just talking about. So now, some of the stories that we were told by the Cherokee Indians when we emigrated here was that the spirit of the river is known as the Long Man, and the Long Man aids in curing diseases, aiding in protection, and healing especially. So that is really an important, river water is very important to healing practices and rituals, and aside from stump water, storm water, and rainwater, river water, flowing river water is very, very, very good for use in rituals pertaining to healing. If you want to know more about the story of the Long Man and kind of that little folk tale from the Cherokee, I will actually do like a little mini-sode telling the story of the Long Man and why the river spirit is called the Long Man, because I think it's really cool and I just kind of want to talk about it. But anyways, that's for another mini-sode. Which reminds me, if you haven't seen the Stumpwater mini-sode, I'm gonna link it in the video I'm gonna link it in the description down below so you can go and watch it. It's just a miniature little video. It's not like a full-length episode of my Granny Magic series, but it is a really good little packet for you to learn about Stumpwater and all of its many uses and just how cool it is. And all the things it can be used for, and the different interesting things about it. Okay, so anyways, shameless plug over. So we learned our yarb healing from the Native Americans when we emigrated here. And while we learned a lot of our yarb herbal medicinal healing from the Native Americans, what we brought to the table was our own superstition and magic. So a really simple, I'll just give you a spell right now. It's simple, it's to the point, all you gotta do is believe, have intention, that's all you gotta do. It's a really traditional little folk spell for curing a burn. It's just like real traditional, everybody does it. The words may change from region to region a little bit, but overall, I mean, this is what my mama used. So hold your hands over the affected area, rotating counterclockwise, and you say the words, "Come 3 angels from the north, take both fire and frost." And then you touch the area and you're done. That's kind of the curing the burn. A burn or a mild abrasion, that would be what you would, a little incantation to cure the burn. So simple enough, right? Granny Magic is literally the most simple shit. I don't know why more people are not like, I mean, I guess it's hard to find information about it and really know if you're doing it right, but I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Doing it at all is doing it right. Having to fucking substitute certain herbs for other herbs because you don't have the other herbs because you're poor, that's Granny Magic, dude. Like, using your dirty dish rag in a spell, that's Granny Magic. Not worrying too much about the woo-woo of it all and just like getting down to brass tacks and doing what you need to do, focusing your intent and doing what you need to do, using whatever means and whatever you have at your disposal. Now, dishwater itself is used a lot in healing, just like stump water, as well as rainwater and storm water and that type of thing. Dishwater is used a lot of time to heal warts, moles, get rid of ugly like abrasions on your skin. Also aiding in either, it can either get rid of a birthmark you don't want or help you to reveal a birthmark that is either too light to really see or hasn't come about yet, but you feel that it should be there. Like, say everyone in your family has had the same birthmark on their neck for 3 generations, and you know in your heart that you were meant to have that birthmark too. It's your birthright. So using dishwater in a specific ritual can help you reveal that birthmark if it is the birthmark meant for you. So anyways, kind of some witchy woo-woo stuff there. Now, some other things that are kind of associated with healing and witch doctoring are hagstones. I believe I've talked about them in a couple of previous videos. Hagstones are stones with naturally occurring naturally occurring holes in them, which they are typically found in rivers, which is why they are so effective for healing, also protection, because the long man flows through and gives that energy to the hagstone. Also, their side note, they can be used to enhance your psychic abilities, charms against nightmares, and very associated with magical dreaming. And also the whole, there's a little, if I can kind of remember it all, it's an old Irish incantation that you can use, and then look into a hagstone to see through the hole, to see a world unseen. It's hard to remember the whole thing. In the name of great St. Peter and for St. Blasius' sake, by the stone I fain will see, before the Spirit's take. Yes, okay, so the little incantation that you would do is kind of a traditional Irish incantation for using a hagstone as kind of a third eye sight thing, to be able to connect more to a spiritual realm, or even the Fey realm. What you would say would be, in the name of great St. Peter and for St. Blasius' sake, by this stone I fain would see what form the spirits take. And that is what you would say, and then you use your hagstone however you wish. Place it on your third eye chakra, look through it physically, or place it under your pillow for a magical otherworldly dream. That's how that would go. Anyways, that has nothing to do with healing, but we'll leave it in anyway because it's a fun little tidbit. Oh, another thing, also fun tidbit about hagstones. Should I just, you know what, I'm gonna save it because I'm gonna make a hagstone mini-sode. Gosh dang it. I'm gonna milk this channel for all it's worth. Anyways, this is about healing anyway, so we're gonna move past this because I'm getting super sidetracked. I will do a mini-sode on hagstones because I think that they're like really important. They're really kind of integral to this particular magic. They're some of my favorite magical tools. So, anyways, now there's like curing a headache. A very simple little ritual to cure a headache. Crush some mint leaves in your hands, cup them over your mouth and nose, and breathe in a few times, and that'll get rid of your headache. And it really will. That's like 100% totally works. I don't know if it's the mint or the magic, but I know that when I have a headache, I don't immediately turn to putting like pharmaceutical medicine in my body because I prefer to do things as naturally as possible first, and this really, really does work very well. Some tactics for kind of making your jar spells good for healing. If you have a specific spell that you're trying to do for healing, you're going to want to put that jar spell in a medicine bottle. It can even be a plastic, like pharmaceutical bottle. I prefer glass, so you know, something more associated with kind of a apothecary type glass bottle is preferred, but you can use a medicine bottle in and of itself is very representative of healing. So using that for your jar spells for healing is top notch. I hate myself. And part of being a witch doctor is helping out with fertility. This includes making fertility corn dolls for women trying to get pregnant. This includes helping a woman, not have a miscarriage. I was recently on a podcast. It's called the Faith Blind Council, where I was interviewed about my craft and culture, and they had asked when my first time it snapped into me that like, whoa, this is real. And I had told the story of how my mama, she's a faith healer, and she, there was a pregnant woman who came in, and she had had many miscarriages before, like 4 miscarriages, and she just could not have a baby to save her life. And my mama did some fucking weird ass shit and witchy woo-wooed her up. And this woman went through a full, like, twins pregnancy with flying colors and had 2 beautiful, healthy baby girls. So that was when it was first like, oh shit, my mama just, like, helped this lady have fucking babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, so to kind of touch in with fertility, some really good yarbs for fertility are cinnamon, mint, and coriander. And those are some very good yarbs for fertility. So yeah, that is a really big part of being a witch doctor, is aiding the pregnant or the people trying to become pregnant. So it's all very, very important stuff. Faith healing and healing in the Appalachian Mountains it's so ingrained and integral to folk magic as a whole. It is the backbone of all of it. So this has been a really short episode. So I'm going to end it with something totally not on the path of healing, but is kind of a cool little tidbit. I'm going to give you a few one-word spells. What could be better? This is 100% folk magic at its absolute finest. Velenidum. That is a one-word spell to help make your week go by a little bit faster. Dolono. And that is a little one-word spell to kind of relieve and ease pain. Famicho. That's a one-word spell to attract your familiar to you. And keep a lookout for the podcast that I was recently interviewed on, the Faith Blind Council podcast. These guys are amazing, very funny. Their podcast is super great. They practice chaos magic, which is super interesting. And they have a lot of very cool, subjects on their podcast. And it's also the vibe is very cool and chill and great to listen to. So, and I'll give you guys a link to the episode that I am in as soon as it comes out. I will put that on my Instagram, my Twitter, and update it in, I guess, the next video's description box. I don't know when I will upload this video, but I am going to do another video before the podcast comes out for sure. Probably 2 or 3 videos. I hope. So anyways, I'll let y'all know about that when that comes out. And thank you so much for watching. As always, please hit the like button if you liked this, because that helps me out a lot. Click subscribe. Do all the stuff with the bell and all that shit. Just do it, man. Come on. I gotta feed my family. Thanks. Anyways, so thank you for sticking around through this short and kind of rambly video. I will be back at you with a very, very, very special, interesting video next. And stay tuned for that. So yeah, definitely hit the bell, because you're gonna want to fucking know about these fucking videos as soon as they come out, obviously. Anyways, I'm rambling. I love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye.